Can Granny solo Monkey D. Luffy? Yes, you hear me right. Can Granny from the hit games Granny Chapter 2 and Granny 3 solo Luffy from One Piece? Now you might ask, oh, what kind of question is that? No, of course she can't. Luffy has the Gungam fruit and he's like Sun God or something. And Gear 5 clearly has the most insane ability to be shown, and what is she? A grandma with infinite respawns and... An infinite respawn? Oh. To start off, I want to say that all these takes I'm about to make are purely from my opinion. If you disagree, that's okay. I'd even like to hear some suggestions. Why would Granny win or why would Granny lose? And also, I didn't watch the entirety of One Piece, so I'll just start from the game I'm very familiar with, Granny. Now, Granny as the grandma has made only 3 appearances in any sort of official media, which are Granny's chapters 1 to 3, not including the twins. That is a very fun game, but not for today. And in all of them, she's firstly immortal. She can take infinite hits from electric shockers, rocks at her head, tranquilizer darts, shotguns, freeze traps, infinitely. So she will just respawn in one of her positions, and you can't really get rid of her. And yes, I will be taking that as a theme, because you can get rid of, for example, Sandrina in Granny 3, so it's intended for her to respawn. Also, Granny has access to her weapon, the bat, which seems kinda dull and boring the first time, but seeing that it took multiple heavy hits in the head, seeing as one hit from Granny knocks you out for a whole day, and that it didn't break whatsoever. A little side note, I did a little research on wooden bats, and apparently a normal wooden bat would break already after 3 hits. And if this either she's constantly fixing the bat, which I don't think so, or this bat is also very strong, because Granny not only killed one person for 5 days, but also we have some lore in the 3rd game that you need to leave this house, and also in the 2nd game there's someone or something leaving us clues. So I'd say that her bat is really strong. Maybe it's like reinforced with iron, I don't know. Now, some of you might say, oh, Granny can't crawl or can't move well, and you can easily hide from her in the closets. And to that argument I present to you Granny Nightmare Mode. It seems as a decoration setting to make the game more creepy and unsettling, but if you look at Granny, she sees you. In chapter 2 we can see it clearly. She just walks past you, looking at you while you're hiding. She's just playing with you, and you can clearly see that if she wanted to crawl under the table in Granny 3, or in this passage in Granny 1, she could. Also for this video, to be a little more interesting, I'll take the highest feats of both characters. So, to sum it up, Granny is faster than a human, has very strong or just an unbreakable bat, can take any number of shots into her body and her head, not to mention being frozen alive and electroshocking, and also can keep respawning forever. Now, Luffy from One Piece is a tough guy, let's be honest. He's the main character after all. And looking at the Power Scale wiki, I know this is not the most reliable source, but I'm not watching the entirety of One Piece for this and this only video. It says that he's 5A, 5 ranks above Granny, which I think is totally bullshit. But looking at his stats, his range is about 10 kilometers, he has splendid level attacks, he can increase them even further to a higher level, he has insane durability getting the drop. You all have probably seen Luffy's skill at one point, but to sum it up, big attacks, planetary level feats, and insane durability. Now, here's the part, we actually compare them together and see who might win. I'd start off by saying that we will first have to take the character from Granny and scale it to Luffy, and then the Granny as the NPC and scale him to Luffy. For Granny as the character, I'd say it's a really long time. And I mean that by Luffy can avoid all of her attacks. He can kill her infinitely, but she will just respawn and keep coming back. No matter how long it takes, she will probably find him. And on the other side of the spectrum, Granny can't really do that much to Luffy. Wooden bat doesn't hurt that much to a guy who can just stretch himself infinitely basically. So either Luffy dies of old age or this fight will just go on forever. However, the game version of Granny tells a different story. It's kinda unfair that we're using hitboxes as our main reliability, but it's the most Granny got in her pockets. Now, when Luffy is close enough to Granny, she will just get him and knock him down. However, even with hitboxes, I don't think Granny would be able to quote-unquote defeat Luffy. One possible way for her to defeat Luffy is if Luffy's inside her house, where he cannot escape. But in any other scenario, Luffy just avoids her. So, in conclusion, Granny doesn't quote-unquote defeat Luffy, but she can outlast him because she doesn't have old age. If she does die, she would just respawn, so Luffy will be the one who will be dead. Thank you all for watching.